Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicholas Lim. I'm a student from Swinburne, Sarawak with a student ID of 101219988. Today, I would like to reflect on what I've learned this semester on course COS10009 Introduction to Programming. First, to summarize the topics I've learned from week 1 to week 6, these include variables, standard input, standard output, selection, loop, and function. At first, I was approached on the basics of Ruby, which is a programming/coding language that will be covered for the entire semester. Variables and constants were taught later as storages for types of data, including input, output, or temporary values for calculation. There are also three basic types of data. First, we have strings. Strings are a line or lines of characters such as hello, I see, bye-bye. Integers, which are whole numbers such as 10, 95, and 250. And then lastly, we have floating points, which are real numbers that include decimals. For example, 2.413, 11.234, 2085.378, so on. Floating points are real numbers. These types of data are part of the standard input and output. Input is the key in of data to form variables or functions, and then output is the result of the input shown by the program. Next, basic principles of programs, which is control structure, is key to our learning. Control structure involves sequence, selection, and repetition. Normally, flowcharts are drawn to show the definite structure of the program. Flowcharts are represented by different drawing of a few shapes, such as circles, parallelogram, rectangle, and diamond. Circle represents the beginning and end of the algorithm or program. Parallelogram represents the input and output of data. Rectangle represents the computation and calculation of the input data. And lastly, diamond represents the evaluation of certain conditions through loop. In control structure, selection structure uses functions such as if and if then else for evaluation to allow the progress of the program. Else, repetition structure is a certain amount of times a loop goes around. There are two types of loop, pre-test and post-test. Pre-test loop, part of the repetition structure, uses while and for loop. Post-test loop, however, uses for loop with begin and end functions intact, which is very important for post-test loops. And then there's another loop we use. This is called nested loop. Nested loop is a combination of loops inside another loop for clean and tidy coding. Side note, conditional expressions are used in either selection and repetition structures to evaluate the true or false of the expression. And then lastly, functions are used to shorten the programming code. Def, which is DEF, is used to name the function and be called at the end of the coding. That's all for me. Thank you for listening.